Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Jitendra. Good evening. Just in 1 minute, we are starting. Good evening, Sampath.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. So today we'll be completing the bio portion of cell. So just one. In the last class, we had done about the tissues. Am I audible? Yeah, am I audible, Sampath?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
You are audible.
Okay, fine. Hmm? I know. I got to look at it. Look at it. Okay. So, all right. So from bio, we were doing chapter tissues and we had done about the connective tissue, I think. Right?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Today we'll be doing the muscular tissue or the muscle tissue and uh, nervous tissue. These are the two tissues which are left, which we'll be doing today.
Yes, sir.
Just give me 1 minute. All right. So can you see my screen? I think everyone is able to see the screen now. Simple squamous we had done, simple cuboidal we had done, simple columnar stratified we had done, tissues is stratified connective tissue. Yeah, so in the last class we did something a little bit about the connective tissue. All right. So we had done the different types of the connective tissue. Yeah, we had done the dense connective tissue, loose connective tissue. So you see here, a general characteristics or the general structure of a loose connective tissue is shown over here.
Sir, do we make the diagram?
Yeah.
Sir, should we make the diagram?
No, you shouldn't be making the diagram. I think you have all of them. So this is adipose tissue. What was the role of the adipose tissue? Adipose tissue was used to store fats. Right? It acts as a protective cushion, insulation uh, to preserve body heat and stores energy. This is adipose tissue. Fibrous connective tissue we had done in the last class, which were tendons and ligaments. So tendons and ligaments, they are the fibrous connective tissue. Then we had done cartilages. All right. So fibrous connective tissue, the ligaments and tendons, they were used for joining either bone to bone or from bone to muscle. And in cartilage, okay, cartilages, we don't need to go much into it. Yeah, bone tissue. So bone is also a tissue. It consists of, okay, let's start with now muscular tissue, the muscle tissue here. So the muscle tissue, there are different types of the muscle tissue, which we see here. There will be three types of the muscle tissue are there. You have the smooth muscle tissue and striated muscles and cardiac muscles. The smooth muscles, they are also called as unstriated muscles. The cardiac muscles, they are a special type of muscles which never get tired. They keep on continuously working and they don't get tired. They don't get tired. The smooth muscles, they get tired, but they are involuntary. They are not under our will and control. That means their working cannot be controlled by us. We can't control them. As you can see, the muscles of the alimentary canal. Okay. So the muscles of the alimentary canal, they are not under our will and control. They don't work under our will and control. They are continuously working, but we are not regulating them and we can't regulate them. So such muscles, they are involuntary muscles and they are made up of smooth muscles. They are called smooth muscle tissue. They are made up of cells which are spindle shaped. We'll just see the structure of these cells also. The cardiac muscle tissue, it is a specialized tissue. This one is also involuntary. This is not under our will and control. So the property of this is that it never gets tired. For the striated muscles, they have the presence of strips, which we call as dark band and white band. There are alternate dark and white bands present on the striated muscles. So the striated muscles, they are voluntary. That means they work under our will and control. The muscles of our biceps and triceps, the muscles of our legs, they help us in moving. So they are under our will and control. They work as per our wish. So they are voluntary muscles. So from here you may get the questions, differentiate between voluntary and involuntary muscles. You can get a question for differentiate between smooth muscle and striated muscles. Got it? So what are voluntary muscles? Yeah, what are voluntary muscles? Anyone? What are voluntary muscles? Which muscles are called as voluntary muscles? Likita? Likita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what are voluntary muscles?
So voluntary muscles are like that will the muscles that are under our control, so we can move this when we want to.
They have,
So they're under our control.
yeah, they are under our control. Okay, voluntary muscles, they are under our will and control. And involuntary muscles, they are not under our will
Under
and
our control. Yes, sir.
control. Okay, all right. So let's see further. So see here you see the structure of cardiac muscles. But first we will not do cardiac muscles, we'll see skeletal muscles. So the figure which you see here, these are striated muscles. You can see here there are presence of all dark and white bands. You can see strips present on these muscles. This is as we observe a striated muscle through a microscope. So if you observe a striated muscle through a microscope, you observe them like this. Can you see their linings are there? Yes. So these linings, they are called the bands. So these are striated muscles. You see here, the cardiac muscles, they are interconnected with each other, muscle cells. And at the last, we see smooth muscles. To see the smooth muscles, they are spindle shaped. The shape of the smooth muscles, they are spindle shaped like this. One more. So I'll show you the diagram of all of them once more. All good. To see how a smooth muscle looks like. Okay, so what is a smooth muscle actually? The smooth muscle cell, they are spindle shaped like this. If you observe them, they will be like this. This is how smooth muscles look like. They have a single nucleus. So they have a presence of a central, they have presence of a nucleus in them. So these are smooth muscle cells, spindle shaped. Then the striated muscles. So what you observe as the striated muscles is like this. You will have a muscle tissue and they will have strips of alternate dark and white bands will be present. So these are striated muscles. They have the presence of some strips on. So these are striated muscles. Then you have the cardiac muscles. The cardiac muscles, they are interconnected with each other. So you have some tissues like this, some cells being connected over here like this. You can have another one here. So in some way like this, so they are all connected. Okay. All right. So these are all striated muscles with connected interconnections. So they are the cardiac muscles. They also have the nucleus system. The differences, I think we are clear. The smooth muscles, they are involuntary muscles. The striated muscles, they are voluntary. They are under our will and control. and cardiac muscles, they are also involuntary. They are not under our will and control. Right? The striated muscles, they are also called as skeletal muscles as they occur in combination with the bone. They are connected to the bone and hence they facilitate motion or they facilitate different other works which we can do with those muscles. Like mm, you can't move your stomach, you can't move, you can't use your stomach as you wish. Right? Like suppose if you have indigestion, so you can't control that. With the help of the muscle, you can't control it. Alright? So these muscles, they are not under our will and control. The cardiac muscles, they are used to for making our heart. So heart is made up of cardiac muscles. Got it? Okay, any doubts here? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Alright. So the next one is nerve tissue. Okay. So a nerve cell, it is the longest cell in the human body, and a nerve tissue, it consists of interconnected nerve cells. So the work of the nerve cell is to transmit information and messages. It can transmit information and messages from one place to another in our body. So a nerve tissue, you can see here a diagram of a nerve cell. A nerve cell, it has two types of ends. One type of ends are there which carry information, which collect information from different parts of the body and transfer it to the main cell body, which is cytosol. You see how they work over here. So see, these ones, so see these ends here, they are called dendrites. And the work of these dendrites is collecting the information from the surroundings. Okay. So these are simply, they collect the information from the surrounding, pass that as a message to the cell body. The cell body converts it into electrical signals, and those electrical signals can be transmitted through the axon to the nerve endings. So axon is the passage through which the electrical signals, they are transmitted from the cell body to the nerve endings. At the nerve endings, these neurons can connect with the other nerve cells, which will pick up the information and transmit it further. So, which is the longest cell in the human body?
The nerve cell.
A nerve cell, right? A nerve cell is the longest cell in the human body. It can be also asked that this is a branch. So this is the longest cell in the human body. Okay, all of you just draw the diagram and label this. Draw the diagram of this nerve cell and label this. Quickly draw the diagram. So we'll move further. Okay, have you drawn the diagram?
Sir, 1 minute.
So here, I think now everyone has drawn the diagram. So see, this is a 3D diagram. Okay. You just draw a simple diagram like this. You can draw a nerve cell. Yeah. So your nerve cell would be like this. Somehow. This is how we can draw a nerve cell. The next part is labeling of this diagram. At the center, you have the nucleus of this. Then this is axon. Above the axon, there is a covering of the myelin sheath. So this axon, it has a covering of a fat layer which we call as myelin. So there is a myelin covering over the axon. So see, now we are leveling everything here. So while leveling, these are your dendrites. This is the cell body. Then this is axon. This is myelin sheath. And these are nerve endings. So, change. Well, you can let's label this. This is your dendr. These are dendrites. Then this is your cell body. The cell body also called as cytosol. The cell body is also called cytosol. Then the next here you write axon. Axon. Then after axon you have myelin sheath. Myelin sheath. And this one is okay. Read here. These are nerve endings. The nerve endings, cell body, axon, dendrites. How do they work? What is the role of the myelin sheath? Can anyone tell? Guess what can be the work of myelin sheath? Have you drawn the diagram?
Sir, myelin sheet will protect the axon.
Yeah.
Sir, myelin sheet will provide extra protection for the axon.
See, myelin sheath, it acts as an insulator. It is made up of fat. Myelin is a fat. So it acts as an insulator for the axon. Since through the axon, electrical impulses are traveling, right? Through here, electrical impulses are traveling, so they need some insulation. Otherwise, the signal will be lost. Okay. So the electrical impulses which they are sent through the axon. The nerve endings over here, the nerve endings which are there, from there another nerve cell can be connected. Now I'll tell you how the nerve cells are connected. Actually, the nerve cells, how do they work? That's what we are going to. So see here, these dendrites, they collect whenever there is some stimulus nearby there. Alright, or some stimulus means if there is any change in the environment, if suppose these are the nerve cells which are present on your skin, and if someone touches over here, so if someone touches over here, then some signals will be picked up by this, and once the signals are picked up over here, so these signals which are picked up, they are kept in the cell body. So they keep the cell body, they are kept in the cell body. Then when arrive the cell body, they are converted into electrical impulses. So they are converted into electrical impulses. Those electrical impulses, they travel through the nerve endings. When they reach the nerve ending, so at the nerve ending, the dendrites of the next nerve cell, they are there. Alright. So these dendrites which are present over there, they are not directly connected. There is a gap between the two nerve cells. This gap between the two nerve cells is called as a synapse. We call this as synapse. The gap between the two nerve cells, we call it as a synapse. Right? So here, these nerve endings, they release some chemicals according to the electrical impulses which were there. Right? So those chemicals, they are picked up by the dendrites of the other cell and again converted to the electrical signals and transmitted. So, got it? So understood how the signals are being transmitted from one place to another? Got this? So just show me your diagrams which you have drawn now. Pranav, have you drawn the diagram? Pranav, Shravan? Yeah, Shravan, have you drawn the diagram?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just show your diagram. And is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shravan, just draw the diagram and show. Right. Okay, Likita, it's your first class joining after my exam. Okay, so Likita, I got your message late. We are doing the tissues chapter, okay? And this is animal tissues, almost the last part of the chapter.
So I already finished this chapter in school, so I'm okay with this.
All right. So in bio, I think cell, tissues, and then after that you have only one chapter, I think. That's health. Okay.
Sir, can you see the diagram?
Yeah, it's correct. Label it. Well, good. Just
Yes.
label it. Okay. Label it, right?
So the last one is related to food, right?
Last one is related to,
Sir, it's something with the food, no? The chapter.
yeah, food. That's what
Yes, sir.
health and food resources. Yeah, food resources, I think that's the last one. Yukta, have you done the diagram? So see,
Yes, sir.
okay, we have completed this chapter. Now we will just do here what? We will start with the NCRT questions. Okay, so we'll complete the NCRT questions.
Yes, sir.
So are you able to see the screen?
Sir, I can only see the diagram.
Okay, can you see the diagram?
Yes, sir.
So here you can see a picture of the nervous tissue which have been taken from a microscope. So you can see a number of nerve cells, they are interconnected. Here you can see this one is a nerve cell, this one is a nerve cell. So this one is a nerve cell. There are
Five
so
more
many
minutes,
nerve
sir.
cells which are interconnected with each other. This is the nervous tissue of the spinal cord. So we are finished with this chapter. Now we shall be starting with NCRT questions in this chapter. So let's reach page number
Yes, sir.
11. So let's start. Define the term tissue. Or I have some more questions. Just let me give those questions. I think you already have done these questions. So just I want you to do some other questions which are. Uh, just 1 minute. This is tissues, page number 20.
Sir,
Okay, so this is the MCQ which we can start with. Cartilage and bone are types of.
sir, that muscular tissues, right?
Cartilage and bone, they are a type of connective tissue.
Oh, right, sir. Sorry, connective tissue.
Xylem and phloem are examples of.
Sir, complex tissues.
Yeah, complex tissues. All right. A tissue whose cells are capable of dividing and redividing is
Sir,
called,
meristematic.
yeah, it's a meristematic tissue. Which cells does not have a perforated cell wall?
Sir, which cells? Sir, companion cells, no?
Yes, companion cells. They do not have perforated cell wall. Even the tracheids have perforated cell wall.
Sieve tubes have and vessels also have.
Are you thinking? Okay. Okay. So tracheids, they also have perforations. Deep tubes also have perforations. Vessels also have perforations. Only the companion cells do not have any perforation. So tissue is a group of similar kinds of cells specialized to perform a particular function in the body. Therefore, presence of tissues in a multicellular organism ensures. What does it ensure?
Faster development.
Hmm? Faster development or division of labor?
Sir, division of labor.
Division of labor. Okay. So tissues, they are making or they are facilitating the division of labor. The lysosome is a cytoplasmic organelle containing enzymes that break down biological polymers. So I think you have studied about lysosomes.
Sir, its enzymes digest the cell itself, right?
Okay, so lysosomes, they are also called as suicide bags, all right?
Sir, because they like digest the waste cells. Sir, so I think it's option B.
Lysosomes function as the digestive system of the cell. It is also called the suicide bag. It causes any cell to commit suicide. Its enzymes digest the cell itself.
Sir, it's option B, right?
Its enzymes kill surrounding cells. So which of them is correct?
Sir, is it B?
Hmm. It's option B. Its enzymes digest the cell itself.
Yes, sir.
Then, while doing work and running, you move your organs like hands, legs, etc. Which among the following is correct?
Sir,
B, sir.
smooth muscles contract and pull the tendons to move the bones.
While doing work and running, you move your hands. Which among the following is correct? Smooth muscles contract and pull the ligament to move the bones. Smooth muscles contract and pull the tendons to move the bones.
Yes, sir.
Skeletal muscles contract. Skeletal muscles contract and pull the tendons.
But it's option B.
B, sir.
Which one? Option D.
Yes, sir.
Skeletal muscles means the striated muscles. All right. So it says that the skeletal muscles or the striated muscles, they contract and pull. So what part they pull? They pull ligament or the tendons?
Tendon, sir.
What is a tendon then?
Well, the part where it connects to the bones to the joint.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have to go out somewhere. May I leave the class?
Okay. So the option, what are ligaments? Harshit?
Sir,
Wow.
Sir, is it B?
Which one? No, I just want to know what are ligaments and what are
Sir,
tendons.
ligament connects muscle to bones.
Ligaments connect muscle to bone, and tendons connect
Bone to bone.
bone to bone. All right. So, how is the motion possible? So, motion is possible. The skeletal muscles they contract and pull the tendon to move the bones. So that is how the motion is possible. So that is option C, not option D. Question number 20. Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscle is one of the three major types of muscles, the others being skeletal and smooth muscles. It is found in the walls and histological foundation of the heart. Which one of the following statements is not related to the cardiac muscles? The muscles show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. They do not work according to our will, so they are called involuntary muscles. The contraction and relaxation of heart muscles help to pump and distribute blood to different parts of the body. So which of them are incorrect? Yeah, Jitendra.
Sir, I think it is option C.
Option C, you say they are non-striated, they are multinucleated and branched muscles. Okay. Okay, it's option C only. It's option C. The last, now we start with assertion and legal question. So I hope you remember, everyone remembers the options for assertion and region. It's the same everywhere almost. So for assertion, both assertion and region should be true and region should be the correct explanation. Then you have to put it option A. And to see what? First question, parenchyma cells help in storage of food. So first of all, tell, is the assertion correct? Do they help in the
Yes,
storage of
sir.
food?
Yes, sir.
Okay, parenchyma cells, they help in the storage of food. Region, parenchyma cells are the main seeds of photosynthesis. So is the region correct? Is parenchyma cell the main seed of photosynthesis?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Region is also correct.
Okay.
Is it the correct
Both
explanation?
assertion and
No,
reason
sir.
are correct.
Yeah, it's not the correct explanation.
Sir, B.
Yeah.
Sir, option B.
Think of it carefully.
Sir, option B, sir. It is not the correct explanation.
Think of each of them correct. Think of the whole question once more, and then everyone will be ready. So Yukta, think of it.
Sir, is it option B?
Option D,
Sir, B.
B. Okay. So Yukta says option B. Sampath, what about you?
Sir, B only, sir. Sir, B.
B. Okay. Yeah, it's option B. Both assertion and region are true, but the region is not the correct explanation of assertion. Now, assertion here for the second one. Vascular tissue has made survival of complex plants possible in terrestrial environment. So, the inner lining of intestine has tall epithelial cells. So not this one. We had to read assertion, which was vascular or conductive tissue is a distinctive feature of complex plants. Then a reason is vascular tissue has made survival of complex plants possible in terrestrial environment. Okay. So first of all, tell whether assertion is correct or not. Is assertion correct or not? Anyone?
Sir, wrong.
Wrong.
Complex. Sir, yes, sir, it is.
Okay, in which plants do you find this vascular or conductive tissue? We don't find vascular or conductive tissue in simple plants. Like you don't find it in,
Sir, in that means vascular bundles are not found in herbs.
yeah,
Sir, are they found in herbs?
vascular bundle. Yeah, they are found in herbs, they are found in shrubs, but they are not found in algae. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, but algae comes under microorganisms.
Yeah. So algae, there are some other plants also. So the complex plants, it is a distinctive feature of the complex plants. This is true. The
Okay.
reason vascular tissue has made survival of complex plants possible in terrestrial environment. This is also true, but it is not the correct explanation. Okay. Why it is a distinctive feature of complex plants. I think it can be considered as correct explanation also. Just give me 1 minute. Think of this. Think over, is it the correct explanation? I think it is A. Okay, it is the correct explanation also. It is the correct explanation for it. So it is option A. Now see the third one. The inner lining of intestine has tall epithelial cells. Is it correct? The inner lining of
Yes,
intestine
sir.
has tall, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The cuboidal epithelium, it is not cuboidal, it is columnar epithelial which forms the lining of intestine. Region columnar epithelial facilitates absorption and secretion. Yes, so it is correct. Alright, it is correct and it is the correct explanation also. So both, it is now option A. So see these assertion and regions, they are very good for your practice. Alright. Now so do this question 4. Permanent tissue is composed of mature cells. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It is composed of mature cells. Then a region, meristematic tissue is a group of actively dividing cells. So the region is also correct, but it is not the correct explanation. Most of plant tissues are dead. Is the assertion correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Due to sedentary existence of plants, dead cells provide. Okay, we'll see this further in our next class. Okay. So till then, you can just take a screenshot of a few more of them. I'm just giving it to you. You can just practice them. All right. I'll be sharing the answer also with you. So you can take a screenshot of this question number up to 8. You can take from 1 to 8, I think. You can take a screenshot for question 1 to 8. I'll also give you up after question number 8. Have you taken the screenshots?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then question this 9 to 15. You just practice up to question number 15. Right? Okay. So bye all of you. We'll see you again in next class.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you and
Bye.
happy learning.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.